I'd like to call the city council meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Alderman Sorrentino.
Here.
Alderman Jacob. Alderman Woods.
Here.
Alderman Sizmarsky.
Here.
Alderman Roy Wesley. Alderman Eugene Wesley.
Here.
Alderman Catalano.
Here.
Alderman Messina.
Here.
Mayor Police.
Here, I declare a quorum present. Please stand and join the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I need a motion to approve the minutes of November 21st, 2019. We have a motion and a second. Questions, comments, corrections? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? That carries. I have some citizens that wish to be heard this evening. We will start with Christine Bending.
Thank you.
Chief, is the microphone on for her? Yes. Okay, thank you.
Good evening, Christine Bending, 17 West 027 Bryn Mawr, Bensonville. Good evening. 2 weeks ago, I asked the Wooddale City Council to please communicate with the residents of Mohawk Manor and to be a good neighbor. Since, as a group, you have not given any indication of being that good neighbor to date, once again, we had to reach out to one of your own who, thankfully, Art Woods responds. How would you handle seeing semi-tractor trailers driving in front of your homes on your residential street, and in some instances, blocking your driveway, or blocking the street so you couldn't even get to your home, and a parade of construction vehicles up and down the street? This is not a mere inconvenience. This is an invasion of our privacy and our once clean, peaceful, pleasant neighborhood. These trucks will also be leaving behind mud and other debris on our streets, which in turn will be transferred to our driveways and into our garages. As the weather becomes colder and we enter the inevitable freeze-thaw, freeze cycle, what do you think will happen to a residential street that is not constructed for heavy vehicle use? Why has construction not started on the access road from Edgewood into the newly annexed demolition construction area? That should be your and Transwestern's priority. We were told all construction traffic would use that access road. It's hard enough to have to look at abandoned homes and chain link fences with no trespassing signs from my front window. Would this be okay for you in your neighborhood? I ask again to please not dismiss or ignore the families on Bryn Mawr Avenue. I feel like all you see is a cash cow when looking at Mohawk Manor. We are not. We deserve the same respect you would give your next-door neighbor. I'm sure you would let them know if you were beginning a large project on your property and a timeline of what they could expect. After all, it's your neighbor. Please communicate with us. Let's work together to prevent any more hardships for our community and the daily frustrations we experience. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Tammy Bending.
Tammy Bending, 6N775 Pine Street, Bensonville. I'm just here to bring up a few things that I didn't realize that when we were at the last meeting, when you annexed them in, that you weren't going to address the issues that we had asked about before. So I'm just going to bring up again why there are 3 access points along Bryn Mawr. We questioned that. We asked about consideration of another entrance off of Edgewood. We've heard nothing of that. We brought up the wells at the last meeting. You know that there was well issues. We've spent the last 14 days dealing with the health department, Yesterday, we bleached our wells. We don't know that this is part of that or not, but it's a timing issue. So it could be, it might not be, we don't know at this point. They say that they've checked the wells over there. However, they were still checking them today or wandering around that property, so we don't know what's going on there. There were a few other concerns that I thought you would address before you annex them in. Today, we understand that the Bensenville police were called, came out due to all the semis. I know you guys aren't surprised at any of this, but multiple driveways were blocked on the street. They're driving on to Pine. They shouldn't be on Pine. If they're gonna be on Bryn Mawr, that's fine. You've purchased that property, but they're blocking it. That's a bus stop again on the corner. I believe the children that take it are 8. So we discussed that previously. That was gonna be looked into. Nobody has said anything about that. This is, other semis, they were literally staging around the corner. My yard is all torn up on 2 sides of it now. I'm sure you guys don't care, but I do. I've spent many years on this yard, time and effort. If it was your yard being driven through by a semi, you'd be upset. Let's see, what was the other thing I wanted to ask? Because I know you're not gonna address anything to us. Oh, start and stop times are varying. They're there 5:30, 5:15 in the morning, staying late. They're working 7 days a week. I know they're working 7 days a week because the chain link fence is right in front of my house. I get the joy of looking at a porta-john now and a dumpster. That's not what I should be looking at. That's not what I purchased to look at. If you had to look at it or you had to look at it, you would be upset too. I'll just leave it at that. I just wanted to point these out. You didn't address any of it to us.
First time I'm gonna get upset, Chris. I made it through. You did. Meetings.
Ed, I'm sure you were taking notes about people starting before our start times and stuff, right? Correct. And Chief, I'm not sure, it looked like a regular semi, so I'm not sure why a regular semi is on that street. Didn't look like it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I can leave you with the photos. We
Okay.
have other photos. Ms. Turco here took lots of photos today, had conversations. Actually, I
Oh,
should stay up there.
you
want me
have to go back to the
Yeah,
microphone.
and I'm sorry, I should.
And
The general contractor got into it with me the one morning. I was out on the corner with my dog. He was flying down the street. I said to him, slow down. I didn't get mouthy because I can get mouthy. I said, you need to slow down. This is a residential area. And he said to me, it's 25, baby, 25. I don't have to go any faster or slower than 25, baby. I was like, don't be calling me that. And then he sped away. They have it posted that there's to do 10 miles an hour in their construction site. So why they can do faster than that on our street is beyond me. They have it, up till 2 days ago, the fence was wide open on one of their access points. They chained it off, but there was no fencing on it. So there was a lot going on. What else was I gonna say when I stood back up?
no, I think, Mr. Cage, I think we addressed the 3 driveways, right? Wasn't one of them eliminated, if I remember right? Mr.
Yes.
Cage? I mean, I don't want to
Yes,
get into a debate, but I think we addressed that one at the last meeting.
correct.
No.
Go ahead, Mr. Cage.
So to update everybody, the developer, and I'm just sending him an email about the access point off of Edgewood. So we received updated plans that show the elimination of the 3rd access point that came up at the meeting, the middle one of the 3. That was updated. They included a sidewalk along Bryn Mawr. That was one of the comments. And the 3rd item was the bus stop. They showed an area for a bus stop location, a pad, on 83. So those are the 3 changes.
But that's the Pace bus stop. That's not the district bus stop. The district bus stop is on Pine and Bryn Mawr.
Oh, the school bus stop.
Correct.
Okay. that was one of the comments that came out of one of the meetings.
Okay.
And we can have them add that as well.
Yeah, I believe it was brought up about
It was,
a
you're
bench
correct.
area or something for the
Yeah,
kids there.
I'm sorry, that's probably a mistake on my end of the location.
Yeah.
So it was Pine and
Prine and Bryn Mawr is the actual school
Where
bus.
South,
It's the
East.
west,
southwest.
southwest corner.
Okay,
It's the new west access point.
okay.
And,
Southwest corner, we'll have them add that, yeah. Okay.
and then,
Because
Ed-
it's-
and then Ed, if you could let us know when, I know they're gonna open up that access road off of Edgewood for their construction, you'll let us know when that's happening.
That is, I'm sending out an
Okay.
email right now to the developer to say that we have numerous complaints, we need to get moving on that immediately.
Yes.
Next, I have Suzanne.
Well, they pretty much answered all my questions. I was the one that pulled up today on Pine, and I'm at 17 West W115 Bryn Mawr. When I pulled up, I had a semi down Pine going past Bending's house, and they're not supposed to be on that part of Pine. They're supposed to be right on Bryn Mawr. That is Wooddale Street going across. With no water for 14 days, I got out of my car. The poor guy, he was shaking. I felt bad. He should have not been sitting there blocking that entrance. We only have 2 entrances going in for an emergency. It would have been impossible for somebody to get there. You have to go all the way around 83. You guys know where the roads are and everything. So he goes, oh, I'm waiting because they're dumping right now, so I'm next. Wait on 83. Don't wait on Pine because you're blocking the entrance. Those 2 pictures that they show you, I have video. It was all in front of my house. The health department's been out there all week. We're trying to figure out where this is coming from. It affects all our lives. We are so crabby. It's been 14 days without water. That's about it. But I was wondering when the road was going to go in. I drove back there on Edgewood. There's nothing but little red flags, no digging, no nothing ready for a road to go in at all. So this does affect our lives a lot. And I hope you guys understand. Not here to yell at you, judge you, or anything like that, but don't judge us either. This has been a lot. It is. It's very emotional on all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other citizens wish to be heard on matters not listed on the agenda? Okay, I have no written communique. Under Mayor's Report, first, this Saturday, December 7th, from 2:30 to 5 p.m. here at City Hall, we'll have our annual tree lighting, fun and games, fireworks, crafts for the kids. And fireworks will be right after about 5:10, 5:15 fireworks. This Saturday, December 7th. Next, I'd like to ask Pastor Terry McDormand and Grant Poplawskis if we could step to the podium. Go ahead, Grant.
All right, so as some of you may know, this summer at some of our special events, we took up a collection for the Wooddale Food Pantry. And through the various donations of our residents, we were able to collect almost $400. So tonight, Pastor is here to take that money. We wanted to keep it local, so what we did is we took that money and we turned it into gift certificates for Frank's Fresh Market. And when Frank's Fresh Market found out about this, they were very excited and they wanted to give us an additional $500 to put toward the Wooddale Food Pantry. So do we have any representatives from Frank's here tonight? No? Okay. They were hoping to come, but I guess they couldn't make it. But anyway, on behalf of Frank's Fresh Market and the City of Wooddale, we wanted to present you with all of these wonderful gift certificates that you guys can use for the food pantry for whatever your needs are. So I'm going to get a picture of you with the mayor, and we're very excited.
It's just great, and there's a lot of hungry people in Wooddale. So.
Okay, that concludes my report. City Manager report, Mr. Murmas.
Just one quick item, reminder for everybody that everyone's favorite meeting of the year is coming up on January 9th. That is the first CIP discussion evening, and we will have a special start time of 7 p.m. because the meeting is so exciting, we wanted to get started earlier. That concludes my report.
Very exciting, very exciting. No consent agenda this evening. Committee chairman reports, planning and zoning, Alderman Messina.
No report, Mayor.
Thank you. Public health, safety, judiciary, and ethics, Alderman Sorrentino.
One item, Mr. Mayor. An ordinance amending the City of Wooddale's Municipal Code, Chapter 14, Section 14.517, regarding the possession of drugs and drug paraphernalia. This is my motion.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. Questions on this? Roll call, please.
Alderman Sorrentino?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Today? No.
Alderman Sizmarsky?
Yes.
Alderman Eugene Wesley? Alderman Catalano?
No.
Alderman Messina?
Yes.
Mayor, please.
Yes. This is not if we're accepting cannabis or not. That'll be next week's discussion. This is to clean up the code book. Correct, Chief?
That's correct. All this does is allow us for local ordinance charging for any continued violations of the updated marijuana law.
Okay, thank you. Yes, it passed. It was 3-3 and it broke it down. Okay, just want to make sure my notes are right. Okay. Does that conclude your report?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Public Works, Alderman Catalano?
No report, Mayor.
Thank you. Finance and Administration, Alderman Woods.
Two reports, Mayor. One, an ordinance authorizing the levy and collection of taxes for the corporate and municipal purposes of the City of Wooddale, DuPage County, Illinois, for the fiscal year commencing May 1st, 2019, and ending April 30th, 2020. That is my motion.
Second.
Any questions on this? Roll call.
Alderman Sorrentino?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
Alderman Sizmarsky?
Yes.
Alderman Eugene Wesley?
Yes.
Alderman Catalano?
Yes.
Alderman Messina?
Yes.
And that passes.
Next, an ordinance abating the taxes heretofore levied for the 2019 to pay debt service on general obligation bonds alternate revenue source, Series 2012 of the City of Wooddale, DuPage County, Illinois. That is my motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions on this one? Roll call, please.
Alderman Sorrentino?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
Alderman Sizmarsky?
Yes.
Alderman Eugene Wesley?
Yes.
Alderman Catalano?
Yes.
Alderman Messina?
Yes.
That is the end of my report, Mayor.
Thank you, and that passes. Under other business, airport noise, there's nothing new to report since the last time. Stormwater Commission?
No report, Mayor.
Thank you. Item C, Mr. Bond.
This has been discussed previously. It's the purchase and sale of that property at 800 North Edgewood. The price was, that was the authorization by the council was accepted. The only difference between what you've got here and what you'll be approving is the name of the owner. It's Mark Products owns the property, but in doing the title report for purposes of closing, it's actually held in an old trust by Chicago Title Land Trust, trust number 1101526. Mark Products LLC is a trust beneficiary, so technically we have to sell it to the trust. We have a letter of direction is being provided under a power of direction by JCT International. So we'll have the title report will be clear. The terms are the same. It's the same 118,000. It's the same parcel. I just wanted to give you a clarification on that, so you knew that that's who we're buying it from. It's the same entity. It's just held in a trust, the property itself.
Right, and we're buying it from the trust, not selling.
Correct.
Alderman Woods, you were first?
Yeah, I just wanted to make a note so that everybody knew the reason that we're purchasing this was
Go ahead.
for the residents that were here recently for Mohawk Manor. This is the piece that was integral to them getting the road punched through so that the construction traffic can come in off the other road and not have to go down Edgewood.
And this will be a second
Right.
entrance, so, off of Edgewood. They have one for their trucks, and this will, yes. Alderman Messina, go ahead.
I had two questions. One, Art just answered, or Alderman Woods just asked. The second, you mentioned, is it JCT International?
Go ahead, Mr. Bond.
It's, the property is Chicago Title Land Trust under trust. JCT International has the power of direction under that trust. So they're the ones that are gonna actually do the paperwork that says it's okay. They
Power of
don't-
attorney.
Yeah, they don't have any ownership interest in it whatsoever. It's just they have the power of direction, so they're gonna take care of the task, the ministerial task of actually doing the conveyance.
Thank you.
Do you have a follow-up? No. Alderman Catalano, go ahead.
Yeah, just one question. The area that's left over there, is that the Bensonville, unincorporated Bensonville area or Wooddale?
Are you talking about those residents? Right. Well, it's, everything over there is right now unincorporated Benson.
Bensonville, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, not that, I think he's asking about that parcel of land.
No,
isn't
no,
it?
no.
Parcel of land is Wooddale.
No. He's talking about the residents that were here.
Oh, right.
Not, the parcel of land is actually in Wooddale. So. Mr. Bond, go ahead.
So the only thing, whoever's the maker of the motion, I would just include in your motion that, like we do on these generally, is it's subject to a final attorney review and approval. That's just for, not to alter the
And the
terms.
exceed amount?
And the not to exceed of 118,000, which again is less than the revised appraised
I
value.
need a motion on that.
I make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Sorrentino?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
Alderman Sizmarsky?
Yes.
Alderman Eugene Wesley?
Yes.
Alderman Catalano?
Yes.
Alderman Messina?
Yes.
Okay, and that passes. Approval of list of bills from December 5th. Alderman Woods.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to approve the list of bills December 5th, 2019, in the amount of $1,519,452.33.
Make that motion.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Sorrentino?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
Alderman Sizmarsky?
Yes.
Alderman Eugene Wesley?
No.
Alderman Catalano?
Yes.
Alderman Messina?
Yes.
That passes. We had one no. All right, we have no items to be referred, but we do need to go into executive session for review of the official minutes and personnel. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have Eugene made the motion and Mike, you second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? That passes.